Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Another Pokemon Quest video. You guys seem to really enjoy this. A lot of new people too. Again, I love this game so much, and I keep getting asked literally infinity questions. Like, I cannot even answer all these questions, so we're going to try to cover things as we go along. Maybe this will be a how to build the best series or something like that. Try to cover the most popular Pokemon and ways to take the most advantage of them. What we're going to look at today is our boy Mewtwo, and I do think there are really only two viable ways to build Mewtwo. One is a lot more obvious than the others, or maybe not obvious, but a lot better. So this is the current Mewtwo I am using. My time is 106, by the way. Can anybody of you beat 106 on the final stage? I am at 1 minute 6 seconds on this last stage. Here we go with 30,779 as my score, and these are 6-3 star U's. So I have to imagine there's some people out there under a minute, and I'd love to see screenshots if you are. If I had some 9-0 or something like that star me's and I could go nuts with them, I think I could break that 1 minute. But for now, that's the best we can do. I forgot about recipes. Gonna add this in after. The only real way to get Mewtwo here is to use one of these shells, these shiny ones here, and then any 4 big precious stones. You do not need to use the rainbow one. In fact, I wouldn't use the rainbow one because the rainbow one's more valuable. So what I do is I use 1 big stone and then 1 of each color precious stone, and you really don't want to go too far into certain colors because I think that can sometimes screw up your recipe. So definitely just go for Ambrosia of Legends a la Cube here. Do your big shiny shell, the rare legendary one, and then 1 of each color and be done with it. And that gives you a 47.62% chance of a Mewtwo. So as you can see, you're going to get a ton of Mewtwo's. Actually, one of the most popular, or maybe not popular, but more common shinies because of this. It's kind of weird how that works. So let's actually get back to Mewtwo here. Our Mewtwo is 5 health, 4 attack. This is not ideal for me. Honestly, if I'm going to be using an endgame Mewtwo in the runs that I'm using now, I'm going to want like 6 attack, 3 health. I think that's what I can get away with at this point. But in general, any sort of really average, even spread between attack and HP are great. And if you're new to farming 12-9 or just anywhere at all, you probably want to stick with at least 4 to 5 hearts. With this setup here, I basically never lose. Like the odds of me losing one of these stages is maybe once a day in like a lot of runs. So definitely Mewtwo has a lot of freedom in his splits, but I would like to get some more damage out of this, so I would like to switch 2 of these to reds. I would love to try a 6-3 split, and as long as he can stay alive most of the time, he's gonna speed up that run as well. You're also gonna want Bulk Up. Bulk Up is the best ability in the game, outside of Hydro Pump, I guess. And it will help your team be super successful. You want 1 skill on your Mewtwo with 3 sharing stones, and this is super important. A lot of people don't fully understand bulk up / sharing stone, but what it does is gives your entire team bulk up with 75% of the effect as your Mewtwo gets. So that's going to keep all of your team healthy, all of your team alive, especially when you combine with hit healing or something like that. Like my Mewtwo has a bunch of hit healing here too. And if you put hit healing on your attackers, they will definitely stay alive. As for the bingo bonuses, the important one for here is wait for standard attacks. This is the only bingo bonus that matters for a bulk up Mewtwo. The crit damage helps, of course, but it's not what you're doing Mewtwo for. You're doing Mewtwo for that minus 50% weight. That's the only thing that really affects anything. As you can see, I haven't had very good luck with Mewtwo. I've got a shiny Mewtwo, but I don't have a better one. This is the best I can get. And we're going to take a look at his full list of bingos here and talk about why you want each one. So we'll go to Mewtwo here on the spreadsheet, which is in the description below here, right at the bottom. The first tier you can get are movement speed 50%, resistance to effects 20%, and critical hit damage 20%. And honestly, any of these 3 are completely fine for your first tier. I'm honestly not entirely sure if crit hit damage goes over the cap, so if I'll be able to get 120% critical hit damage or not. I don't think it does. Visually it shows 100, but you never know what happens in the backline. So if that does indeed cap it 100%, the best here would be resistant to effects 20% because it's the hardest stat for me to get as an endgame farmer. As for the second tier here, Psychic, Crit, and normal type moves, the only one that makes sense is critical hit rates here. You're not going to use anything else. You're not using any normal type moves, really. I mean, you've got the bulk up, but you honestly don't want that to go any lower. Like, you want bulk up to happen when it happens, and that's still enough. Even if you could lower the cooldown on it, it is a normal type move, right? To be entirely honest, it's fighting, so it doesn't even matter here. I was thinking even if it did lower the cooldown on that, it doesn't matter because you want it to be about the same. Lowering it would actually hurt you. So as you can see here, definitely want critical hit rate, nothing else is used. As for the final one, again, same thing. The only one you will ever use is wait for standard attacks minus 50%. And this is the best Mewtwo you're going to get for this. And this is the most important one. It'll help so much more than the other bonuses. You really just want this on your Mewtwo, and then you're super set. He becomes the most durable tank you'll ever get. He does the most damage too because of the auto attacks. And there really isn't many other units that can compare. Just for reference sake, the only other bulk up user that has a bonus like that, I believe, is Trio, is Duo and Dodrio. Where are they? Where are they here? I think they're right out. Yeah, here we go. Duo and Dodrio have the same sort of bonus here. Wait time for standard attacks at -25 and -20. But then they don't have the big one on the third. So if you're going to want something as an alternative to Mewtwo, I would definitely go with Dodrio if you can invest into it. Obviously, Machamp is the easy one, and I think I need to do a video on Machamp too, because I've got asked, is this a good Machamp, like 50 times at this point. So maybe that's something we also need to do. So what happens if you also want to make an attacking Mewtwo? Not everybody wants to use bulk up on their Mewtwo, or maybe you want to use a bulk up Mewtwo and then an attacking Mewtwo. We can take a look at its abilities here, and the only other one I really enjoy here is Psychic. He doesn't get access to Thunder, which is the best Thunder skill. He doesn't get access to Fire Blast, which is not as good as anything anyway. He doesn't get access to anything really important, and Psychic also gets the stab as well. So definitely, if you're going to use Mewtwo as an attacker, you do want Psychic. Super aim for that. As for your bonuses, if you do go the Psychic route, and again, the Psychic route of Mewtwo is not going to be good as a Hydro Pumper, just as a heads up. Even though it is Mewtwo, it's just not as good as Starmie or even Psyduck or Tentacruel or anything like that, just because of how good it is. But if you do want to go Psychic, I definitely go with resistance to effects on your first tier, Psychic move wait times on your second tier, and attack of Psychic moves on your third tier. Those are the only real options for that at all. And he also has attack type and normal moves wait. But as you can see here, he doesn't really learn any good normal moves. Like, none of them are really great. Take a look at move information here again and go to normal. The only ones that are really fantastic are Mega Punch, Fury Swipes, Super Sonic, and that's about it. And he gets Hyper Beam. Yeah, so B on Hyper Beam. I've tried Hyper Beam, I don't really like it. So I just really recommend you not touching normal on Mewtwo. It's not going to be as good as anything else. So yeah, that's about it. And as for learning abilities, I didn't cover this last time. So let's go back into the game. A lot of people were asking the best way to go about this here. And that is ability learning. Oh, also, sorry. We're getting sidetracked here. If you are going to go Psychic on your Mewtwo, I really like double Whack Stone. And then like Weightless or something like that. Just get him as a boss killer. He's gonna whiff a lot of them with double Whack, but it is my favorite setup and it will work decently well. I'm not sure if anybody else has a better setup for that, but I definitely like it to just be a permanent boss killer, and that's that. So that's about all you need to know about Mewtwo there. I did put together this not so aesthetically pleasing infographic for you guys. If you wanted all the information in one place, it shows you the bingo board you prefer, bonuses, recipe, and ability. Hopefully that helps you out instead of just having this whole video and having to pause in between everything. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any other Pokemon you'd like me to do, any other information on Pokemon Quest you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below there, and I will try to do my best. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye now.